Today we're going to be doing a classic review of Special K's The Special K Experience. This is KG Studios.
KG Studios, bitches.
So, it's no secret that The Special K Experience is one of my favorite albums of all time. It is my favorite G Squad album of all time, pretty easily. I think it's probably the most authentic G Squad album, probably the most raw G Squad. It's very G Squad style, very G core. Special K takes the lead on the vocals, and Rapper G is very helpful all over this project, and you can see Rapper G's influence sprinkled throughout. This album really is incredible. Whether you're talking about the track list, which is near perfect, the concept, which is very well executed. We have it's very short, it's very concise. By the time you finish, you pretty much have a good idea of what it's going to be, what it was and what it was about. The Special K Experience begins with Special K's rap, which is a perfect place to start the album. We are sort of starting right at the top with Special K. He's talking about who he is. He's talking about his power. He's talking about all these things, and he's talking about where he's going to be coming from throughout the entire album. It's a great start sonically for the album, as it's a great beginning point. This was also the first single released for the album. The music video for this is instantly iconic. It's a classic. Next is Money and Power, which follows Special K's rap up with he's talking about his power. He's talking about where he is and this idea of fame sort of being this evil force in his life. And Money and Power takes that to the next level, and he's on a power trip. He's struggling with his own power. He's really struggling with his own influence, and that's where he's coming from on tracks like this. Next, we have Rapper G's rap. This is sort of more down to earth. Rapper G is playing the character of the real life person. He's playing the character of the ground level human being. And that's what's so powerful about this song. We then move into what may very well be the best song on the album, which is Ohio. This is sort of Special K's backstory. Well, we'll find out later in later projects that this is a bit of a character that he's putting on here, because Special K was not actually born and grew up in Ohio. He actually was born on Mars, but that will be covered in the Not Okay review if I ever do that. But really where Ohio is telling the story of his upbringing. It's telling the story of, okay, we've established that he's rich, we've established that he's powerful, but how did he get here? And that's what Ohio does for us. We then meet the album's central antagonist in Lil L's rap. Lil L plays the villain in this album. He plays the person who's manipulating Special K. He's telling Special K to give up. He's telling Special K to stop trying. And that's what's so powerful about that track. Really, in songs like this, we see Special K really pushing out all of that energy and effort that he has, where he moves into the diss on Lil L. The diss on Lil L does not only represent dissing Lil L, it's one of the best songs on the album. It was one of the singles off for the album. But it's also representing fighting against those negative energies, fighting against all those things. We then move into Veterans Day. Veterans Day is sort of a song where he's talking to his own fan base in a lot of ways. And we see that sort of playing out. We see he's talking to his fans. He's talking to these people that worship him, and he's saying he should be worshiping his fans. He should be worshiping the people who got him there, and that's what's really important about it. Then we move into Special K really realizing that he is human, that he's not this perfect godlike being in Glizzy. Glizzy is more down to earth. He's just talking about how he likes glizzies, hot dogs, how he likes to eat them, how he enjoys them. This is more down to earth. This is more grounded. This is about as grounded as you're gonna get on this album. We then move into Racism is Bad, which is one of the most emotional songs on the album. First, Special K addresses the problems that he had in the past, the problems that he had on Bussin', these ideas of, oh, he made these racist jokes, he made these racist comments. Now he has to atone for them. And then he talks about his own struggles with suicide, his own struggles with depression. And that's what makes songs like this so incredibly powerful, so incredibly emotional, so raw. We then, after Racism is Bad, we move into the finale of the album, My Life is Fire, where he fights against that Lil L trying to break him down, Lil L trying to amplify these suicidal thoughts. He breaks against that. He breaks against the wave. He breaks against all these problems that he's having. He takes all that he's learned throughout the album and he applies it to his own life. And he says, no, my life is fire. Okay, you could tell me that it's not, but it is fire. And that's where he finally ascends to being the king of music that he is. And that is his crowning moment. So this album is very good. It is personally my favorite of the G Squads so far, at least. I don't think it's a perfect album, but I think it's very close to perfect. I think it's a decent to a strong 8. All right, bye-bye.
KG Studios, outro.